This is a How Is He podcast with Podge and Popa, proudly sponsored by Ampifi. Power up your podcast. Let's kick it off.
Welcome back to the How Is He podcast. This episode is proudly sponsored by Carlow Estimating. If you're a contractor, subcontractor, supplier, manufacturer, Carlow Estimating will price your job tighter than a submarine's door. Check them out at carlowestimating.ie and all their social channels, Pop.
Wow.
In this week's episode, we step in to the world of secrets, strategy and suspicion. Today we have one of the stars from the Irish version of the worldwide hit show The Traitors, the reality TV show that's captivated Irish public with more than 1.2 million people tuning in per episode. We have an OG traitor, my favourite traitor, Katelyn Divilly. Katelyn will be joining us in this episode as she was a force to be reckoned with on The Traitors. Whether plotting in the shadows, keeping her cool under pressure, she captured the nation's attention and kept us all guessing. Today, away from the cloaks and daggers, we get to hear the real Katelyn, her experience inside the game and the story behind it. Katelyn, welcome to the podcast. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I done doom scrolls on TikTok since Traitors started, and I contacted probably nine of them. Katelyn was the first to get back to me.
There you go. Great to have manners.
And I was delighted. I was there, yes! Brilliant. How are you?
I'm absolutely brilliant. I've been super busy since everything wrapped up in the castle for me, which was over 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
So feeling, you can probably hear my voice is a little bit gone.
Yeah.
Feeling a little bit tired, but it's all positive stuff. So I'm just trying to enjoy it while it's still around because you don't know how long it's going to last.
It's all part of the process.
It is. Trust the process.
Trust the process.
Were you a fan of the show?
Yeah, big fan. It was my best friend Neve actually that got me into it. It was kind of midway through season 2 of the BBC. And she'd been begging me to watch season 1 as well, but I was like, I have no fucking time for that. I can't be arsed. So I came into it halfway through season 2, loved it, and then went back and binge watched the first one from the BBC. Obviously watched the third one when it aired, and I watched a little bit of the US one as well, which is obviously very different because it's not civilians, it's celebrities, so it's almost a totally different show. But yeah, we used to play a game in college called Avalon, which is like a tabletop role-playing game.
Oh yeah.
And it's essentially like The Traitors. I think there's one called Werewolf as well, which is similar.
That's where it originates from, yeah.
Yeah, so she had said it to me like it's exactly like this game we used to play, and yeah, it really is. I love a good murder mystery as well. I've been in a couple of them, so
it's like a modern Cluedo, isn't it, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever play Cluedo with your family years ago?
I did, but you know what? I didn't love it.
No, I didn't love it. I had an experience with Cluedo, Katelyn, where Christmas Day, 7 or 8 of us playing, and probably about 75% went into the game. We just jacked it in.
Yeah.
We were like, someone's done something stupid. It couldn't be him. He died 10 minutes ago. I'm done. It was too confusing, really. But no. Let's start on the mindset of applying for it. What are you thinking?
So honestly, like all my friends had said to me, I have a very close-knit group of like immediate girlfriends, and they had always said to me like, you'd be so good at this. And I don't know what their rationale was. I guess maybe just my background in psychology and coaching. And although I didn't always keep a cool head, I would say I'd be known for keeping a cool head with my friend group.
Yeah.
And I'm just very curious as well. So I think they just thought, you'd be great at this. But I didn't think that if you were living in Ireland, you could apply for the BBC one. So I never really pursued it. But of course, when RTE put out the casting call last year, I remember sending it into our group chat and I was like, will I throw in my name in the hat for the crack? So that was kind of the lead up to it. And it's funny because I knew the day I submitted the application, I was like, I really feel like I'm going to get this.
Because of?
I think I was like, I have something to offer.
Yeah.
Right, like in my audition video, I spoke about my background. And I was like, I'll either use my skills in psychology to suss out the traitors or to manipulate the faithfuls. And I also said that my hot take was that my friends always said I would get a villain edit if I did reality TV. Because I'm a bit mischievous and I can be very direct on kind of no bullshit approach. So they always told me if I was on reality TV, that I'd get a villain edit. So I think just kind of having something like that to capture them was, I knew that maybe I'd at least get to the next interview. And then when I did the next interview, I was just like, I smashed that. Like that went. I couldn't
Straight
have gone
away,
any
yeah.
better.
So was that 100% of your mind? You're like, I am in. Interview 2 done. I'm in.
And you know what? And I was. Is it okay to curse on this?
Yeah. Of course.
No, you fucking can't.
Not at all to try be like Billy Big Balls, but like I
Yeah.
just had an intuition that I had done really well. Like I'm a confident person, but I just could feel it in my gut that I was
Gotcha.
like, this is going really well. And even at the end of one of my interviews, they were like, we will definitely be in touch. So I kind of just got good vibes off it.
Bit of a
Where
tell.
was your interview?
It was up in Dublin.
Right.
Yeah, up in Dublin.
Many
So,
people sitting around you.
I don't want to give too much away about the interview process because they are casting for season 2. If
Yeah.
you're thinking about applying,
Yeah.
please do. It's the best thing I've ever
Do you
done.
find it intimidating?
For me, no, because I think a lot of my job is dealing with, could be like very senior or executive leaders.
Yeah.
And, sometimes part of my job is giving them a stern talking to. So you kind of have to have a lot of fire in your belly and a lot of guts to do that.
Yeah.
Like I've often been in rooms with, chief technical officers and they're all, a table full of men. Do you know what I mean? So you kind of have to have confidence in yourself in those situations.
You've got to be
I think.
comfortable in your own skin, don't you?
Yeah, so I was just myself. Like a lot of people have asked me for advice on it, and I'm like, you can't be anyone else when you're in there. Like, of course, if you're a
Yeah.
trader, you have to lie about things.
Yeah.
But I think if you're trying to mask your real personality, and I certainly felt that because there were certain parts I had to mask, I found that really, really hard. And I think the pressure is going to prevent you from doing that. So there's no point trying to pretend to be someone else.
Right.
It actually, just listening to you there, I have the picture in mind. We're in the room with chief executive CEOs, COOs. You need a certain skill to have a harsh conversation with people, right? Mm-hmm. Talk to me about them briefly. What skills do you think you need?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I have a diploma in coaching, so it's not like I would ever go in there and be like, "You're doing all these things wrong," right? But like, I think if you're asking the right questions, you can get people to come to their own conclusions. So, like a lot of the time, and certainly not always. Like I have amazing clients, but sometimes people think they have it all figured out, right?
Correct.
So asking questions, like when they say things, questioning their beliefs, like, well, is that the truth or is that a story that you might be telling yourself, or is this an assumption that we're making? So like really evidence checking some of the things that are coming out in the moment, and staying curious. Like I always say to people in groups, if you can walk away today and be a better listener and ask better questions, you're walking away a better person.
Curiosity in a coach
Great
is
statement,
priceless.
that, isn't it?
Yeah. Brilliant statement. But curiosity is key. In coaching, curiosity is key.
100%. Yeah.
So you just have to find out what is the why.
Yeah.
Is
Exactly.
Come here. Traitor or faithful, if you were to go again?
Oh, trader, 100%.
All day.
100%. And like the thing is, like people are like, why did you want to be a trader? Like it's so unlikely you're going to, get to the end or take the money. But like that, I didn't apply to do that. Like I applied to go in and do the full experience. I was like,
course.
if I get 2 or 3 episodes out of it, I'll have done something I've never done before. And I don't want to be a faithful. Like I want to go up to the conclave. I want to put on the cloak.
Yeah.
I want to cause a bit of divilment.
Yeah.
And I got further than I ever thought I would be. I think if I went back and again, I would have even more knowledge. I think I would like to experience the game as a faithful and see, because a lot of people did say it was more fun to play as a faithful. It's a lot easier to make those connections. So ideally, I would love to be a faithful and get recruited as a trader, but you just can't
Right.
hang your hat on that. Do you know?
But you have to be, I think, from me looking at it, I think the big difference between, say, a traitor and a faithful is when a traitor comes into breakfast that morning, he has to be on straight away. So much. Do you ever hear about the people who lie that much to actually convince their lies are true?
Yeah.
You have to get to that place, don't you? Like, and
Yeah.
I used to see you coming in and the rest of them coming in, and I'm like, and I know Eamon went out was the first one. I'm thinking, I'm not surprised,
Yeah.
because empty vessels make the most noise.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Oh, God love Eamon. Like he really wanted to come in and just be the villain that the country could like root against. And I think he did it really, really well.
Yeah, for sure.
He was so funny. Like he'd be saying, like, he'd be doing his interviews and he'd be giving it, giving it shoulders and saying all these one-liners. He was brilliant in the floating head interviews, like, and then the cameras would stop and he'd be like, was that good?
Who's a diva now?
Yeah, total villain act, like, do you know what I mean? And Eamon got a lot of shit from the public. He knew he was going to get a bit of it because
Yeah.
he did go in to play that character. But I think, you know what, the public wanted someone like that to root against.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? So
They're picked perfectly. Like, he couldn't have picked 3 better people to fulfill that role, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so. Like we caused a lot of entertainment, I think.
Yeah.
And that's the like, people are like, do you have regrets? And I'm like, I certainly know that I made mistakes in my game, like that. I was like, oh God, what was I thinking? But I don't have any regrets because it was so entertaining. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was hilarious watching it back. And I don't know if you'd picked any other combination of those 3. Would it have been as gas? Like, I think
don't
that's the
think
only
so.
word for it. It was gas.
Like, yeah, and you know, like I said at the outside, like you look at Paddy and I'm thinking, I don't think he's seen an episode. I know they said that about Wilkin, right? But you look at Paddy and you're thinking, he's just raw here. He could say anything.
Yeah.
Like, in this, and I'm looking at you trying to manage him, and then a portion of you trying to manage him, and I'm thinking that, like, and on top of that, then you're trying to play a faithful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just could not get over, and I am not intelligent, right? I could not
I
get
can
over
vouch for that, yeah.
the psychology.
Don't be hard.
Yeah.
Just the psychology behind everything,
Yeah.
I think, is nuts. Like, is there ever a setting you've ever seen before that brings that out in people?
No, and honestly, the only thing I can compare it to is like there's a really famous case study in, is it the Stanford prison experiment?
Yeah.
That
Do you
we
remember
would
that?
always comes up in any psychology course that you do, right? Like came up in my master's and in my undergrad as well. But yeah, like they put these people into roles as prison officers and prisoners, and they knew that it was a simulation. This is the thing, like it was very well explained to them, but like they, within like 24 hours, they had so seriously taken these roles where like, you know, the prisoners were like coming up against the prison officers were being really coercive with them. And like, that's the only thing I can compare it to. Like, you get so into the role because all of your autonomy outside of the game is kind of taken away. And people are talking about the game constantly. It's not like we're sitting there saying like, oh, you know, what's your favourite lipstick? Like, do you know what I
You're
mean?
always on, like.
Always talking about the game. Like, 80% of the time is tactics.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. I remember reading about that Stanford, that thing, that's nuts. Right?
And they're social experiments, like, and when you put people into these situations, like we take these, when an authority figure tells us to play a role, like we take them so seriously.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah. You mentioned mistakes. Talk to me.
So like the one that always just there's 2 big ones, 3 big ones that stand out in my mind. Like going into that conversation with Podge and Eamon under the stairs, where Eamon was like, let's, you know, try and convince them that we're all going to vote against Patrick. And I think I was so tired that day, and I think if I had even just taken 2 minutes to be more present and like kind of think through things, I would not have done it. Because you can see I'm only there for like a minute and I'm like, fuck, this is a terrible idea. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
And then I just got up and walked away. And like that conversation was brought up so many times. The shield that I was offered in the church that day, I think people thought it was part of like some strategic gameplay. And I would love to say,
You just forgot to mention it.
I genuinely didn't think I was allowed to.
Okay,
And
right, okay.
You know, Christine, she's so brilliant, and she spent a lot of time in the room with Siobhan asking her questions, which I don't think actually made it to the edit. Whereas I was just like, yeah, great, I'll take the money, and I ran out.
Yeah.
Whereas Christine had asked, like, can I tell them? Because that was obviously on her mind as well, like, are we allowed to tell them? And Siobhan was like, if you want to, you can. Whereas I just kind of ran out. I never planned to withhold the information. And then when we were outside the church, just after, like, I caught Nick's eyes and I started like mouthing to him like I was offered a shield. And he's kind of like, why is she mouthing this to me now? Like, why didn't she tell the group? I was genuine. I was just wrecked. I didn't think. I was a bit overwhelmed about the whole thing. And I think people don't realise when you're under that much pressure. And I mean, I used to be one of those people that you have such audience bias. Like, I'd be like, what are these idiots doing? Like, I would never do that.
Yeah.
Like, what a dumb move. Like, but you're in fight or flight. So you're using your limbic brain. You're not using your executive brain, your prefrontal cortex.
Oh, you may go there. You may tell me what that is. You may go there.
So your limbic brain is the first part of your brain that developed. So it's responsible for like aggression, hunger, desire, like your real primal instincts is where your amygdala is. And then later in our evolution, we developed our prefrontal cortex, which allows us to make complex decisions, like plan our day. You know, okay, I have to set my alarm for this time and do this. So that's all like your prefrontal cortex is like that cognitive reasoning part of your brain. But when you're stressed out, you're more likely to drop back into the limbic part of your brain.
Gotcha.
So you're not as well able to make complex decisions.
Yeah,
and when you're in fight or flight, which you are a lot of the time in the castle, that's the part of your brain.
You're
that
thinking
using.
like the first people to walk on this earth, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like I have to survive another day.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, so.
It's so hard to cover a mistake, though, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Like you're fighting for
you're
your life.
genuinely trying to go, oh, what did I do there? And then
And
it's hard to
thankfully,
cover it.
yeah, with the shield, it worked out because I did actually take the money.
Yeah.
And then everyone did take the money. So I think people were like, okay, that was
No one
weird.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I feel like there was another mistake. I probably wouldn't have murdered John. I probably would have really pushed to murder someone more influential.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think other than that, it was just my biggest, and again, I don't have regrets because I do believe that, you know, every decision you make brings you where you need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I thought, look, I'll try get close to everyone somewhat. But actually, I think a better tactic is to get some groups up front, and try and get in with them. Because I was in the car with Kelly and Joanna. I stayed close to Joanna. I didn't make as much of an effort as I should have with Kelly. And in hindsight, I should have. I mean, she ended up going off to bloody win the thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if I had kept her close, I might have been able to convince her.
Yeah, but if that grouping that ended close together of Kelly, Owen and Vanessa, if that had been broke up early,
Yeah.
I think it's a traitor's game.
Yeah, well,
Certainly Ian and Vanessa.
Yeah, and
Owen was unbelievable.
Yeah.
she was iconic, and I think Nick and Ben played a really good game. I really do. They were so entertaining, but the wheels really fell off. They made two huge mistakes that absolutely ruined their game, and it was murdering Wilkin instead of Owen. So dumb.
Yeah.
And then banishing Faye.
Yeah.
Like they were two really, really not
Poor
good moves.
decisions.
But I get it as well because, like, I know what it's like to be under that kind of pressure, and sometimes you're like, let's just do it. Like, do you know what I mean?
But like you said, Katelyn, looking at it as a viewer, we don't know you're at that part of your brain, right?
Yeah.
So we think you're at your full cognitive ability here. You know, we don't know that you're here 16 hours a day or whatever it is. You know?
Yeah.
That's nuts, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
It's the long days were a killer, and I'm someone that goes to bed at like 8 o'clock normally.
Oh, really? You there?
Yeah, I'm like very early. I get up at 5. I go to the gym. Like I'm very into my routine. So for me, that was the one thing when it did air, my friends were like, how on earth did you
how did that
stay up so late? And I was like, well, not well, like, because I clearly am
but
having a mental.
if you're genuinely not used to doing that, that's affecting you big time. Like,
Yeah, it really did.
I remember when I worked in the pub game for years, and then I went to the post office.
Yeah,
Total opposite side effect of the clock.
yeah.
I was sleeping when I should have been awake and eating, and then the opposite way around. And your
Yeah.
body clock takes a while to do it. Like,
Yeah.
100%.
do you know what I mean? It's tough. Like,
It's not, and to be honest, I should have been training for it really, like, but I was trying to get as much rest as possible.
Yeah,
before I
but
went.
did you know you were going to be like?
I didn't anticipate it would be as late as
As
it
late as
was,
that,
to be
yeah.
honest.
I wouldn't think so.
Like and you see me, like I'm crying more than once in the last couple episodes before I get banished. And I think people were like, oh, she's a good actor now with the crocodile tears. But I'm sorry to say it wasn't part of a big elaborate strategy. I actually was just very emotional.
Just breaking down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, tired just brings that on, doesn't it?
it does. Like I do a lot of, I have an online coach. I used to do PT with him. And he always says, like, sleep over anything. Like,
Yeah.
you need recovery. If you're not sleeping well, don't push yourself because your brain just doesn't function when you're not sleeping. So it definitely had a big impact
I'd
on
say
me.
that, yeah.
But it's set up to create that old people, right?
Yeah, definitely. And, like, look, they were brilliant. Do you know what I mean? We had wellness checks. We had people that
Yeah, of
were
course.
making sure that we were okay. Like, if there was ever anything we needed, like, there were psychologists on hand and stuff. But, like, of course, there is an element of they want you to be on tender hooks because it does make for good
You've got to be
television.
Of course it is. Yeah. If you're not 100%, you're going to be reacting.
But
differently
I
to
think you would
situations.
be extremely naive if you went there to think that you weren't going to be directed to be good television.
Yeah, and look, they warn you,
You know.
like they tell you it is going to be long days.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
it's going to be a tense environment. They do prepare you for it as much as you can, but like nothing could prepare you for what you actually go into.
You're not getting a water bed or anything like that.
No, definitely not.
On the flip side, is it a social reset?
Give me more information. What do you mean?
So is it a social reset in the sense that you mentioned routine, bed early, up early, gym, your network of people, social media, your online presence before you go in there? Like, is it someone, remember the old Nintendos, you had a reset button? Like, is someone pressing the reset button?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? I would say maybe in other circumstances, but like your nervous system is just shattered. Like I think I lost like 3.5 kilograms in
Could
there.
do with that now myself.
Well, you know, hopefully you apply and you get into it season 2.
You need to get very nervous, Podge.
Yeah. And then, like full disclosure, they fed us really well. Okay,
Yeah,
like it
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
that they weren't feeding us, but like I was just really stressed out. And then when you come out, it's kind of, I don't know, do you watch Rick and Morty by any chance? Have you seen it? You know the episode of Rick and Morty where Morty puts on the virtual reality headset and then he goes lives this other life.
Yeah.
And has kids and a wife and everything.
It's like season 2 or something, isn't it? Yeah,
it's one of Morty's Mind Blowers episodes.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he takes off the VR headset and it's like, oh my God, that was all like not real. And now I've been placed back in the real world. That was what being in the Traitors was like. So like you come out and you genuinely, even though I was there for maybe 9 days top to tail, it felt like I was in there for about 3 months.
So
And
it's a reality reset.
yeah, you kind of come out and you're like, this is my life.
Oh, yeah.
I have to go back to work.
Yeah, I can leave my bedroom after 6 o'clock. Or I get, nuts.
Yeah.
Talking about Siobhan McSweeney.
Oh my God.
What a character, lads.
She's so iconic.
She is going to get a golden RTE contract for life.
Unreal. And I know she does the great pottery throwdown, but like, I don't think, like she's an actress. Do you know what I mean? She's not, like presenting is not her, well, it wasn't her primary stick.
Well,
but I think that all that will now change because
this is a big trump card in her.
I thought she was
Unbelievable.
absolutely iconic, lads.
so good. And like, I think because like Claudia is obviously very iconic, but I think Claudia is a little bit softer, whereas Siobhan really brought that like Sister Michael firmness. Like she was putting schmacked on us, like, do you know, when we were acting like kids sometimes, and
She's really in, like,
she was like, lads, cop on to yourselves,
Yeah.
do you know? So, but still, she still had a kind and caring and warming presence at the same time. And I mean, the style alone, it is so good for Irish designers as well. Like,
Oh man, it was brilliant.
So
But I just kind of resonated with that. I haven't seen a figure like that on Irish television, say in that space. I don't think ever.
Yeah.
Maybe since the Good Housewife competition 75 or something. But you know what I mean? She just has that, like, it's that Irish presence. It's that, like, wow, that's what a woman is.
yeah.
That's the vision I got in my mind. I'm like, that's what a woman is.
She's so strong as well, and like, you know, I'm sure you might follow her on social media. Like, she's got really good morals and values and stuff, and she's someone that we felt proud to be in there with her. Do you know? And I know on the after show or the final, like, she was talking about me, and she was like, you know, she's one of the strongest women I've ever met, and like, I was fangirling in the audience, and like, to have someone as incredible as Siobhan McSweeney say that to you, like, it's such, or say that about you, it's such an insane privilege. Like, so definitely they couldn't have cast anyone else. When I saw that she had announced it on her Instagram, and obviously nobody knew I was going to be on the Traitors, but I knew I was going to be
You were
on it.
delighted.
I was chuffed. I was chuffed. Huge Dairy Girls fan as well. So
Problem.
I was like, if she brings with a Sister Michael, then we're absolutely lit.
Tell me this. You get picked, you get selected, you're given the times and dates. You can only tell one person. Did I hear that somewhere?
Yeah, so you have like your confidant. So you need to have some contact with the outside world in case anything happened.
Yeah.
So I picked my sister Tegan. She is a huge introvert. She helped me with my my application. I knew she wouldn't tell anyone because she'd barely be talking to anyone to tell them. I like, my parents hadn't watched it. I was just like, they don't need to know. I travel a lot for work. I'll be able to get away with it. But actually, I said I did a meditation retreat in Thailand, which I had done before. I was there in 2023 and I ended up getting COVID, so I had to leave early. So I'd always said I wanted to go back and do it. So it was a perfect cover story. I'm going back to do it before I went into a really busy period of work. But while I was there was an earthquake in Myanmar, Burma, and
Oh my God.
I was supposed to be near Chiang Mai in Mae Hong Son, really, really near that border. And my dad was freaking out. Like, he said there was footage on the television of like Buddhist temples, which is where I was supposed to be, like collapsing and like monks fleeing and stuff. So he obviously couldn't get in touch with me because I didn't have my phone. He was freaking out. He was crying. He was like, he said he was just about to book a flight and go over and see if he could come and find me. So anyway, my sister told them and it was all fine. Like, I told RTE the situation, they were fine with it, and told the production company. But yeah, so it was a bit of a disaster. I like, you can't plan for that kind of stuff.
No, Jesus Christ.
But it's funny because, like, when I came out, like, my parents just did not understand. They were like, "Oh, you were doing some TV show."
telly, was it?
A bit. Were you on the telly? Doing a bit of video.
Was it?
That's Hardy Books as well, isn't it?
Yes.
Doing a bit of video.
Doing a bit of video.
Brilliant.
But when it came out, they were like, "Oh,
yeah, glued.
like, this is something
Glued.
incredible." Like, I don't think anyone could have expected what the outcome and the output was like.
Yeah, it's the first line of conversation I've had probably the last 12 weeks with people is, are you watching Traitors?
Yeah, it's a
And if the
constant
answer
thing.
is no, that's where the conversation ends. I'm not going to lie to you. And if the answer is yeah, I'm like, come on, I can't get over it.
Yeah.
The round table, Poppy, you love the round table.
Oh, it's brilliant. Loved it.
It's
You got to be a strong character there. I think you said you're speaking with people, CEOs and
Yeah.
chief executives and all this kind of crick, and you're like,
You
you got to be
able-
stern, firm and fair.
Yeah.
But you have to disguise it as well as a traitor.
Yeah, you have to be able to stand up for yourself, and you have to be able to rationalise it well. And I don't think a whole lot of that does come across in the edit, but I was very good at deflecting some of the heat that I got. And I mean, you only see what, like 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes of the round table. We could be there for an hour. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, you only see a real small slice of the cake. But actually then that kind of went against me because people were like, you're just so well able to defend yourself. Like, you're so articulate.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know, like, what do you want me to do? Like, that's just me. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's.
But they edit that so good that you genuinely think it's actually only 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I know.
Like, you're saying an hour there.
Oh, yeah. Like, there were so many people that people were like, oh, they never got any attention. But, like, not everyone, but almost everyone's name comes up at one time or another. But sometimes it is just silly things like, oh, you picked up your croissant funny or something, do you know? There's no substance to it.
You stirred your tea left to right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's clockwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm always, you probably even see me now if it's on camera, but like, I always pick my cuticles, like, and people are like, that's so suspicious. And I was like, lads, look at the state of them. They've been like this since day one. Like, so.
That's what people pick up though, isn't it?
Yeah.
What people pick up on is
Yeah, but
unbelievable.
it-
I know.
She's twitching her ear, or she.
But Papa, it all rolls back to where Katelyn was saying is where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all rolls back to that where their mind is. It's not in a reality space, man. There's no rationale here.
Yeah.
So you're picking up, like, if someone come in with, say, their laces tucked into their shoes rather than tied, like, that is a serious topic of conversation. And hey, only traitors do that.
Yeah.
Get him out. He's only a traitor. But you know what I love about the round table? The Irishness of it stood out to me, right? Where when someone, say, I remember Vanessa was called out at one point, and she just went on that, like, ham. What are you doing for that? No, here for. And you know, hey, you're actually the bitch. Just went like, I was like, wow. It's just gone from 0 to Irish in like 0.5 seconds. Like, it was nuts.
I know.
Do you know,
There
if you look at other countries, it's more like, oh, I appreciate your opinion, and thanks so much for, you know, voting for me. And it was Irish. Was just like,
we were full on.
oh wow.
Yeah, we were full on. And the thing is, as well, it's like, because obviously you see people like absolutely tearing chunks out of each other. Like, we were like feral cats on a street. But after the round table, we'd all sit down and have a cup of tea and have a hug, and
Yeah.
you know, we'd have a chat with each other, because as heated as it got, and like, you know, you're using that part of your brain again, that limbic part of your brain, because you're in defense mode, you then would come out and be like, that was intense. Like, it's just a game, we're all friends. And that really was the reality. Like, there wasn't really any serious ill will between anyone, and there certainly isn't since we've come out. Like, we're all very, very close.
Well, it takes certain, like, some people cool down a lot quicker than others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's,
For sure. And like, especially if you're getting heat, like, I found it like that for the viewer, that's the best part of the day. I think for like us, no matter if you're a faithful or a traitor, it was so intense.
Yeah.
And you can tell, like, our shoulders were up, and it was pretty cold in there, to be honest. Heads up, please get some better heating in there next time. We all had blankets around us and stuff, so that contributed to it. But we were all very tense, and you can like, you can see us like pulling down our faces and like sighing so often, because it was just chaotic. And like, Siobhan had to come in a couple of times and be like, lads, stop, like, rein it in, like, do you
Close
know?
the door, lads. Relax.
Or there'd be the same voices contributing, and sometimes she would come in and be like, I want to hear from the people who haven't spoken, because there'd be some people that would dominate the discussion. So I did think it was good that they did that, because it did make sure that, you know, some people that weren't piping up did get heard as well. So
do you think it's a good thing to start off the conversation? As you know, who's going to start?
yeah, well,
who's
what
going to
question?
start?
I think if you have something strong to come with, yeah.
Right.
It does.
Depends what it is, obviously.
It depends what it is, yeah. Like if you feel strongly about something, it's good to come in and, you know, because you do get shit from people if you're not contributing.
Yeah.
So I think it is, I wouldn't do it too early in the game because you know, the key to a good game as a faithful is to kind of blend into the background for the first couple of episodes. And I do think that the winners did that quite well.
Absolutely.
Like they got their personality across, but they weren't overly dominant. They weren't the first to come with theories. They were kind of agreeing with some of the things that were brought up. And then further into the game, when it mattered, they became more dominant and settled into their game a bit.
When they got to the table of 5, Ian starts the conversation.
Oh man, she was so good on that, wasn't she?
Do you know what I mean? She was just like, I'll take charge here.
Yeah.
She had
And
3
boom.
v sus though.
So clear and precise.
Yeah. She's, and I don't know if you've seen, she put up a video talking through, like she was journaling every night.
Yeah, I
and
heard, yeah. I
she
didn't
talked
see
through her
that.
whole thought process of how she identified that it was me, Eamon and Podge. And it's obviously so much more than you get to see on the show.
I didn't see that. I see that very interesting.
Yeah,
right?
it's on her Instagram page and she probably has it up on her TikTok as well. But like definitely go watch her because it's honestly fascinating, like how perceptive she was and the things that she spoke up about.
Yeah.
But when I was in there, certainly like she was not considered one to watch. And like I definitely said it to Eamon and Podge at one point, like I feel like we're underestimating her a little bit because she, like a lot of my work is in personality assessments and psychometrics. And what I imagine she would be is a reflector. So they're like taking in all of the information and processing it and kind of gathering. And then once she had her case kind of solidified in her head, that was when she was ready to share it. So I thought from that perspective, she just played a really, really good game. And she was very authentic to herself as well, which I think, what better way to come out and play it and win it. Like,
do you know what? Just on that round table, right? The discussions were had that night, right? Round table is done. Someone is banished. You go back to the house. You have the conversation. There was no begrudgery.
no.
And I couldn't believe. Now, there might be snippets early, maybe at breakfast, people are mentioning their own table. But once it kind of, as a viewer, once the challenge came,
Yeah.
you were back as a team
Yeah.
and the begrudgery was gone. I found that. I was like, how is that? That's crazy, like.
It was good because like even if you voted for someone at the round table or like if someone voted for me, like you'd go and have a conversation about it and you know you'd obviously be trying to put their mind at ease and all the rest. But I think there was just as heated and fiery as we got, you kind of then come out of it and once you've kind of regulated your nervous system a bit, you're like, okay, it is a game. And we did all genuinely care about each other when we were in there, even if we thought people were suspicious. And I think you see that at my banishment. Like a lot of the girls and stuff are, you know, like writing little love hearts and X's and like they were like, we think you're a great girl, but we also think you're a traitor.
Yeah.
Right. So like the aim of the game is to get the traitor out, and if that's one of your friends, that's one of your friends. Like you have to do it. So there really was a sense of camaraderie and the challenges. We all worked really well together and stuff. That was the best part of the day for me. If we didn't have that, I would have found it really hard.
How
Being active though is like is a crucial part of the day for you. Obviously, when you say that,
Yeah.
the activities like.
Yeah, definitely. And like I didn't
imagine
love
being
the
stuck in the
mental
house
ones.
all day. You're like, oh Jesus Christ.
I know when everyone's talking about game playing, you're like, this feels like Groundhog
Yeah.
Day. It's the same conversations over and over again. So like getting it, I loved the physical ones, like, you know, the barrel rolling, the one where we had to run up the river. Like they were definitely my favourite ones.
Yeah.
Anything that was more mental, I didn't love, to be honest.
Because you were
I
fatigued.
hated the casino one.
But the physical is nearly a blow, isn't it? Like a blow, like it's
It's a relief.
yeah, get me out of that house. I'm like, now I'm okay. I'm reset. I'm back in.
It was like
Yeah.
taking a dog off a leash
Yeah.
on a river track.
Yeah.
It's like boom.
And you're
Just a
getting
pure
so
release.
much happy hormones from it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you feel really proud of yourself at the end, which is good. So
Like, I even think I'd be happy to do physical exercise in that space.
yeah, everyone enjoyed them. I think some people were like, I'm not going to be great at this. I only found out watching it back that Podge had both the sips replaced, and I feel really bad now that I didn't know it because I would have probably given him a bit more of a hand on some of them. But he still did brilliantly. And the thing was, even though some people were fitter than others, everyone tried their best. Do you know what I mean? There was no one that was kind of farting about. Like even if they weren't as fit, we all contributed to the best of our abilities, and I think there was a real sense of that as well. So
Get to your banishment, and okay, you're eliminated. Nick and Ben had a big thing after that, right?
Yeah.
Like they claimed that, oh, we knew Katelyn was a traitor. Why did we? Like they were disappointed you were gone.
yeah.
How would you have played that?
Well, it's interesting because, like, I know that there is probably some floating heads of them being like, we think it might be Katelyn, but I don't think that any of them knew it was me. I think that was a bit of like, okay, now she said she's a traitor, we knew it was her, right?
Really?
Yeah, like, I think definitely they had strong suspicions. I wouldn't take that away from them, but like, I don't think they were 100% certain. And the thing is, to me, the game plan doesn't make sense. And I've listened to a few podcasts that are like, we kind of get it. I just don't get it because Nick was my top murder victim. Yeah. And even the night we recruited Nick and he declined, like, I wanted to murder him that night. So even if he had kept me in and they gotten Andrew out, if I had gone to the conclave to murder, I would have murdered him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like, I was hoping after he declined that the next night, which was ended up being my banishment, that there was a chance that Podge might get banished. And then I thought I'd be in the conclave by myself and that I would either recruit or if they gave me the chance to murder, I would have just murdered.
Yeah.
And I would have murdered Nick. If I had to recruit, I would have brought one of the women in.
Who would you have brought in? You had to recruit?
I think in there at the time I was thinking Joanna or Kelly. Because I was in the car with them, I felt like they were both playing a pretty good game. They were flying under the radar a bit. Watching it back as an audience member, I mean, Owen would have been iconic. Mark would have been very good as well.
Yeah.
But I think I always probably would have gone with a woman, to be honest. I needed, after having dealt with two very dominant masculine personalities, I needed a little bit more strategic, forward thinking. So.
Mark brought the cute leash band to it, didn't he? He brought he played the room so well. Like.
He was brilliant. And you know what? He was
so well.
I don't think it came across as much in the show, but like, first of all, he's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. Yeah. That's why he got voted most funniest. I think when you're watching it, like, Christine comes across as probably the funniest on TV. But when we were in there, Mark definitely got us all laughing, especially in the moments that we were a bit down in the dumps. But he played such a good game. Like, he's so perceptive because he's deaf. Like, he can read people's faces very, very easily. And I think, you know, he had put heat on Eamon and Podge very early on. Now, and he played it pretty well, that he didn't want to put too much pressure on them because
he's going to be killed.
He was going to be killed. And I think rightfully so. Like, he put just enough pressure that Podge was not comfortable to murder him. Yeah. But not so much pressure that we were like, he is an immediate threat, we have to get rid of him. Yeah. So he was very, very cute that way.
Good good leash man. Did I see he brought you over to Bob's Bar over in Durrow?
We were down in Bob's Bar. We had the best time. Really, really nice
good spot, right?
It's class. River, really, really cool.
Bob.
And we were like celebrities down there. It was great.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great spot. Talk to me about the dynamic of the three traitors, yourself, Podge and Eamon. Talk to me through that dynamic. Was there a hierarchy? Like, looking at it, it felt like the Eamon was, as I said, made the most noise. Were you in a position where you had to manage them?
I mean, I think manage them would be a bit condescending. Like, I know that you didn't mean it that way, but okay. I think Eamon definitely fancied himself the ringleader.
Yeah.
But I think that he quickly realised, and I think there is a floating head of him being like, Katelyn's a bit of a dark horse. Yeah. So I think he knew I wasn't going to be a pushover. I think there's a reality where we worked together really, really well. And like, the first night that we were in the conclave together, I was like, lads, look, it's inevitable at some stage one of us is going to have to vote for the other at the round table or whatever it is. But let's just contract for as long as possible to work together and have each other's backs. And I really thought, like, delighted with Podge, I feel like I can trust him. Maybe Eamon, I need to watch my back.
Okay.
And Eamon's game plan was to try to get a traitor out as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
I think maybe initially he thought it might be me, but quickly realised it might not be. And then, of course, Sir Podge was the one that mentions my name to Andrew at the breakfast table. And for me, that was probably the biggest disappointment because, and like, looking back on it now, you know, Podge even said himself, like, I made a mistake there. I shouldn't have done it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think maybe he was just looking out for Andrew, and I understand that. I didn't know he was his son, obviously, at the time. And there's no ill will between me and Podge. It's a wicked game. Yeah. Things like that happen, and you just have to kind of roll with them. But that was really disappointing for me because I feel like the wheels started to fall off after that. I felt like I had to stand up for myself. In hindsight, maybe I should have said to Andrew, you know, maybe I'll have a conversation with Podge. But even if I did do that, I do think that Podge probably still would have put heat on me because he wanted to bring Andrew into the conclave, and to do that he needed to get a traitor out. And I think he would have just continued with that line of suspicion that he was kind of putting out there. I don't know, of course, but I was disappointed that it happened so early because I think it's probably a record for traitors turning on each other.
It is, isn't it? Really, it is.
Yeah.
But I think then even moving on, like I think Paddy made a mistake bringing in Andrew. Like Andrew was never a threat to Paddy. Like why you bring him in?
No, they said that, didn't they?
Yeah.
He should have Nick or whatever it was.
They could have really worked together as well to like, you know, because Paddy could have really protected Andrew from the conclave, I feel.
Yeah.
And protected him from being murdered. I know he wouldn't have been able to protect him from being banished, but I do see it as well. Like, I think there's two things. Obviously, Paddy, after, you know, the dynamic of me, Eamon and Paddy, a bit of familiarity and trust, especially when your senses are so heightened, that would be a positive thing for him. And secondly, I don't know if he had brought him in or not. Like, Andrew was probably going to get banished the following night because the three most influential players were on him. And at least he got to experience the cloak.
Yeah.
You know, I know they didn't get to murder anyone really, but
That's nearly iconic though when you're looking at the adverts on the television, isn't it? The
It's
cloak
so
walking
good.
down holding the lantern. You're like,
I know.
this is Sleepy Hollow at Jack
Even
Fucking,
pennies
you
have
know
a
what I mean?
line of clocks.
I know, I got them, yeah.
did
There's
you get one?
pyjamas and a cloak, yeah. So
Brilliant.
yeah, they weren't fucking cheap now, we'll say that. But
Nice.
yeah.
Sponsor Katelyn, please. She's megastar now. Come on.
I'll take some free stuff.
The announcement when whoever was banished. Am I making that as like? I think that's a really big thing.
When you stand up and say
That moment when the person says they have their spiel, I'm a faithful, I'm a traitor. I think that moment is iconic.
it is. It's kind of your like crowning glory of leaving as well. Like, do you know what I mean? And you know, I kind of regret mine a little bit because I feel like my fake job kind of fell like it went down like the Titanic. People were like, "What?" But I did get my little wink in at the end, which I think went down pretty okay. And of course, I was crying, which I couldn't help. There were tears of joy because I was actually very happy to leave.
Of course, yeah.
But I think, you know, Paddy's one was iconic. Eamon's one was iconic. And then there were some really, really sad ones as well. Like I was crying watching Joanna and
Joanna's
Faye.
one was so like I was like, oh my god, she's trying to be such a democratic player that's really come back and like
Yeah.
her
And you know what? I actually do get the rationale of them having that conversation and being like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
And I also get what Joanna was doing. Like, I don't think either party was in the wrong. And I don't think that they were ganging up on her. They were just playing the game as they saw it. Do you know what I mean? They were like, you're kind of playing both sides here. And of course, Joanna was like, I'm just trying to be true to myself. And, you know, I've always said that I will just say things how they are.
Yeah.
So I think it is just, you're a victim of this really cruel game where anything can happen and suspicions are high. But it did break my heart because I was very close to Joanna in there.
Yeah.
And
Good player as well, right? Sorry, but
really
good player, right?
Yeah, really, really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, has a lot of conviction, stays true to herself, didn't follow the crowd, really stayed away from any groupthink. But yeah, it broke my heart. And Faye as well. Like, I was very, very upset for her.
This
Like,
is the betrayal.
I know.
Faye's betrayal is worse when Miley had an affair on Biddy.
Good old Miley and Biddy, yeah.
Oh,
What
jeez.
was it? Fidelma, was it?
Fidelma, yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, in the car down, oh guys, you wouldn't do that to me. Now you wouldn't, Faye. Now don't worry about it.
I know, and you can see
Oh
how
my
bad the lads
God.
felt about it as well. Like, you know, but I think they felt like they had no choice, but actually they probably could have just voted for Vanessa.
They had two.
Yeah.
Like there was 5 there at the time.
Yeah,
Sorry, 6.
Yeah.
So they had 2. So they could have sweated.
like Faye still would have been gone, I think, either way. But at least it would have kind of saved a bit of face for them, and
Yeah.
it might have put a bit more heat on Vanessa,
Absolutely.
and could have, you know, maybe saved Nick from the next one. I'm not sure, because of course Kelly was the swing vote.
Yeah.
And if they'd put a bit more pressure on Vanessa, maybe she would have shown some cracks at the round table, and maybe Kelly might have swung the other way. But anyway, there was a few hurdles at the end that they fell over, and
Yeah.
Did you know when you stood up and you were leaving,
yeah,
are you saying to yourself, if they stay faithful, they'll win it? Like, did you know who was going to, like, they're so good, so strong, so good.
I mean, it's so when I left, obviously it was just Paddy
Yeah.
left in the original Traitors. And I mean, at that point when I was leaving, because they ask you when you leave, you do a bit of social media content. And I was like, there's no way that this man is going to win. Like, he's absolutely stumbling through, right?
Yeah.
Now, in hindsight, it could have been a very, very good strategic tactic, right? More than likely, it was a combination of those two things.
Yeah.
I know Kevin McGarren was making a joke that, like, he was like someone walking through a minefield and there was just like bombs blowing up around him.
Yeah.
And like, fair play to him, right? He was the last one standing out of us, and he made it, I think, 3 more episodes than I stayed in. I think he got to episode 9, which is brilliant and it's such a good achievement. But I was like, there's no way this guy's going to win, because there was suspicion on Podge always when I was there,
Right.
and like his name would always be thrown out, and there was a couple of round tables where he got a lot of the votes. And I think you're never ever going to get it to the final if you have heat on you like that early in the game, because people will always come back and be like, there's something there to follow up on. Whereas with, yes, Vanessa had a little bit, but Kelly and Owen were like those true faithfuls that really didn't have a lot of suspicion on them. And then Owen and Vanessa were so close and really trusted each other. So I think because of that.
Yeah.
I'd say it'll be extremely hard for anybody to be a traitor from the start and last the whole series.
Only been 2 in the history of the game.
Yeah,
It's
Harry
so-
from the UK was just, he just played such an, like,
In season
honestly, season 2, I think
Season
Harry
2,
was,
okay.
He needs to be studied, because I was like, that's surely he's a psychopath, like, to be to be able to do that. But he played it really well. Like, he just kind of, he wasn't the loudest voice in the room, and he built trust with the people that mattered, that had a lot of influence.
In his secret little talk, sort of, yeah.
Yeah, so he was brilliant. But it is, like, the thing is as well, people say, oh, strategy, gameplay, this, that and the other. I'm telling you, 50% of it is luck. 50, minimum
Absolutely. There
50%.
is
Probably
no doubt about
60% is luck. Maybe 30% is social game, and then 10% is strategy. Because you have to be dynamic with what comes up every day. So you can't go in saying, I'm going to do this. That actually does you a disservice, because you become so anchored in, this is what I was planning to do, that you don't move along with the game as it's changing.
You have to adapt very quickly, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. You have to be flexible. Because like that, like, I was not expecting Podge to throw my name out. Do you know what I mean? So I had to then be like, shit, like, what do I do now? Like, how do I adapt my gameplay? And it just became very difficult. It was just obstacle after obstacle after that. So
Yeah.
Are you told when you put your name on the board in chalk, do you have to give an explanation? Or is it just, I'm picking Podge or I'm picking Katelyn, and that's it?
sometimes Siobhan will say, who did you vote for, and tell us why.
Yeah.
But sometimes people would just turn it around and be like, I'm voting for you. And you can say something like, because of all the reasons I said, you know, like, you know, you don't have to, but it's a good way to get another little dig in there. Like, if you want a bit extra airtime or a one-liner, if you can, you know. So it's kind of in your interest, if you have been going for the person at the table, that you kind of reiterate your point. Yeah. But I did notice some people were like, I just voted for you.
Yeah.
I just need to know.
I think Wilkin thought he was going into a season of Big Brother, like.
Oh my God, Wilkin is our king. Like, he is
Brilliant, isn't he?
so. And you know what? You didn't even see the half of it, like, because
Really?
he, like, there'd be times we'd be sitting in the car, and like, I know there was one of me and Christine, and we were in the back, and we were looking at each other like, what is he saying? Like, what is he talking about? Like, and he's just so hilarious. Like, he was so funny afterwards, because, like, you know, we're all very good friends, and he was like, you guys taught me that I need to be a better communicator, and thank you for that. And we were like, go on, Wilkin. We all love Wilkin so much. Like, he's just such a sweet person.
Never watched a show.
No,
Never
his
watched it,
wife
no
signed
insight
him up
into
for
it.
it.
This is my first time ever watching it.
Oh,
I never
stop.
heard television until this came on
right,
RTE, and I'm like, I won't miss it again.
No, I think RTE now on RTE Player have like put up BBC and
The
American.
season 2 of the UK one went out last night.
Okay.
The American one, but I read somewhere today that BBC are looking to get the Irish one.
It's speculation at the moment, but I imagine it would be in their interest to acquire it. Like, so, fingers crossed. I want to break the UK. I want to break America.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Break down walls.
Make it big in the States.
Yeah, we're coming for you.
I actually, my theory to be a good player, right, and tell me if I'm wrong, right or wrong, is that you have to be such a good networker. Say you're a faithful. Mm-hmm. You have to be such a good networker that everyone you speak to, be it a group or an individual, you're leaving a lasting outcome that's positive.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way to hide.
Yeah. And look, I actually think that that's probably what Nick was very good at.
Oh, absolutely.
He was so good at it. He had everyone's ear. He was very influential. It's funny because people often ask me, like, my background in psychology helped me with anything? And with Nick, I noticed really early on that he was always offering to, like, do you want a cup of tea, or can I get you a blanket, or can I get you a glass of water? And there's these 6 principles of persuasion, and one of them is reciprocity. So like if you do kind acts for people, that they will maybe return the favour to you. And I was like, I wonder, is this like a tactic of his, whether
Keep your name off the board.
whether he's aware of the 6 principles of persuasion or not? It certainly felt like a tactic to me to kind of build trust with people. So he did that very well. I think you can overdo it then as well in terms of the networking.
Yeah.
I think there's an element of trying to blend into the background for the first couple of episodes. And certainly if I'd been a Faithful, that would have been my tactic. And I think I would have done it really well. I'm good at connecting with people. I would say it's probably one of my biggest strengths. But then when you're a trader, you actually don't want to have too many conversations about gameplay because you're afraid that you'll let something slip. So it became very hard to make genuine connections with people then.
Do you you've just mentioned you can read people. You've said it a couple of times. How long does it take you to assess a person?
So
And what do
like,
you think of Papa?
It's funny because people are always like, are you psychoanalyzing me? And I'm like, no, like that's not, I'm not a psychoanalyst, so that's not. But I suppose personality for me is something that I do a lot of. However, I think, you know, and I'm always saying it to my clients when we do psychometrics, that humans are so complicated. Like, we're wonderful. We can't be boxed into certain personality types. They can give you an indicator of your preferences of how you like to interact with the world, but there's no point in me saying this person is exactly this or exactly that, because it's all a spectrum, right? And it depends how stressed you are, it depends how relaxed you are, it depends if you're at work or if you're not at work, or if you're with people you like or you don't like. But I would say I'm pretty intuitive. I don't think that's coming from my psychology background. I think that's just how I am as a person. I tend to trust people. Like, I get on really well with people, and I will continue to trust them until they give me a reason not to. Yeah. But there is always the odd person you meet, and I'll be like, they're just not my kind of person, or I don't get a good energy off them, and I'll still be pleasant to them, but I'm not going to cozy up to them or anything.
Thanks very much, Glenn.
But you both strike me as very genuine, curious.
That's your first lie of this episode.
That was a good one, let me tell you.
I've often said it, you know, as our sport and background coach and background in sport, that I am fascinated by the psychology of things.
Yeah.
And I always wondered, someone with your qualifications, first thing is, can they switch off? Mm-hmm. And second is, how far does their observation go on a person compared to mine? Yeah. With not having them skills.
I would say, I'm not scanning the environment for clues all the time. I'm quite an informal person, you see. So, like, I just tend to be myself in as many situations as I possibly can. Even if I'm delivering workshops, like, I'll be very professional, but I'll always try and bring, like, my authentic personality to it. But yeah, I tend to just take people at face value. I'm very spiritual, so I believe in, like, you know, just being kind and, you know, giving that out to the universe, and I expect it back. And of course, that's not always the way it happens, but you don't get anything from life from being unkind or suspicious of people or thinking the worst of them. So why not just do the opposite and think the best of everyone?
As a coach and someone who develops people, I think you need that outlook as well, right?
Yeah. Totally. I was only doing a coaching workshop today, and I was like, you need to believe that people are capable,
100%.
they're resourceful, and they're whole people. So
absolutely,
very important.
Last question from me, right? It's a bit of a serious one. I did see the article, it was in the Mirror, I seen it, in relation to you being targeted by trolls online and borderline harassing you, right? What is your mindset around that whole area of social media? Because obviously you've spiked, right, since the show. You've spiked on social media, maybe numbers and things like that. Like, you use the word harassed. Like, what's your
strong word?
But where is that on your scale? Like, is that like constant flow of negativity, or?
Yeah, do you know what? It's interesting because I did a round table with some journalists, and I was with them for an hour, and I spoke about this for a minute because they asked me about it. Because I had put up a post on my TikTok and my Instagram just of a direct message that someone had sent me, and just said, look, you know, just a reminder, we're real people, like, please be kind to us. Of course, that was the one thing that the journalist really latched onto. And, you know, I think it's important to talk about, okay? They prepared us that there might be people that would have commentary online. You think you'll be more prepared for it and that you won't care. Because I think you in your head think it will be more generic about, like, your gameplay, or, you know, she wrecks my head or whatever it might be, which I could deal with. But I think why it upset me so much, And it was only for 2 days, by the way. And a lot of other people got it too. So I don't want it to be like the poor me show.
Yeah, no. Again, it's a fascination of mine. And even the way you started that, Katelyn, right? You said that I'm prepared for it because I don't care.
Yeah. But you do, because it's...
But see, because you, like, we don't, our comment's probably 5 a month, so, but like, I mean, what am I trying to say? You don't think you won't care until you get the avalanche.
Yeah. And avalanche is a good word, because I think for the first week I got loads of love, right?
Yeah.
And then after that conclave where I stood up for myself with Podge, which I was standing up for myself, what you didn't see was him interrupting me for, a long time before that, which is why I came in being like, stop interrupting us. And, we've hugged it out since. There's no issue there. But people just didn't like that, because Podge was the favourite. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, it wasn't okay for me to go for the favourite, but it was okay for him to go for me. And look, that's fine. People have opinions.
Yeah.
But it was then just like this out of nowhere avalanche of like people just commenting on all my posts and videos. People like direct messaging me. And the issue I took with it, and I think there's other women on the show that would agree with me, is that some of the language being used about the female contestants has been quite misogynistic.
Yeah.
And there's been a bit of a narrative around it that has been very illuminating to the society that we still live in, right? Where,
Wow.
I was with 2 very dominant masculine characters.
Yeah.
I played the game exactly as they did. I stood up for myself. I was direct. I said what I meant, and I meant what I said.
Yeah.
But, maybe there's something that people don't like, seeing a woman in a competitive environment like that being direct. And some of the commentary that I got around it was like, oh, she's bossy, she's condescending, I got witch, these kind of things. And I do a lot of work, and I coach a lot of women in the workplace, who often are afraid to be assertive because they're afraid of being called bossy, and they're afraid of being called condescending. And that is unfortunately some of the commentary that women still get in the workplace today. And as I said, a lot of the other women and my friends on the show would have a similar story to tell, so it certainly hasn't just been me. And again, the lads obviously got a lot of shit as well, but I think it's just an important reminder, like, we are literally normal humans. We have full-time jobs. We are not media trained. We're not like famous people. We went in there, we wanted to entertain everyone, we wanted to be funny, cause a bit of drama. And I think that we achieved that, and it's just important to like be nice to people. Do you know what I mean? It's okay to have commentary, it's okay to have opinions. We want you to engage with it, but like, just be careful. Just think about, like, would I want my daughter to read this about herself?
Of course.
And if the answer is no, then don't post that. And I think actually Christine said that on one of her Instagram stories. So I'm not going to take credit for that.
Most of the people who say them kind of things don't think of it like that.
I know.
They can't separate.
No, they just go,
It's
fuck her,
like,
I'm saying this. I want to put my name on social media tagging Katelyn in this.
Yeah, that's one
And
side
you're
of it, Pop,
yeah,
that's
dickhead.
one side of it. But I think the
Do
other
you know
side of
what I
it is the Coronation Street line. I remember reading an article years ago with David Platt when he was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, he couldn't leave his house.
Yeah.
Like, because the public were like attacking him.
Yeah, it's good. People just can't separate it. And I know I spoke to the psychologist, shout out Richard Hogan, he's amazing.
Come on for an episode, please. Please.
I'm sure he'd love to be on. And he, I can't remember exactly how he phrased it, so I don't want to butcher it, but he was like, people don't often like to see strength in someone because it reflects their own weakness in themselves.
Wow.
And he had said to me, like, he was like, I have young daughters, and you were a real standout to me because you showed that strength.
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't like that, but you need to be proud of yourself for that. Now, thank you. Thankfully it was short lived. Like, it was about 2 days, and then I got banished, and then everyone was like, "Oh, actually, she seems pretty sound." Because I put out a video being like, "Thanks, everyone. Fair play to Podge, etc., etc." And I think people were like, "Oh, she's actually." Like a normal sound human being that was,
She breathes, she's a heartbeat, she's okay, yeah. She's fine, yeah.
It's like a come no moment people have,
blinks.
isn't it? They're like, wow, okay,
I
what's
thought it was a
human?
button on it, press report in angry mode.
Yeah.
And I didn't go looking for, like, I deleted my Reddit. I'm not on Twitter. I didn't go looking for stuff. It was just when people were like coming onto my page or direct messaging me things, it's kind of hard to ignore it. But anyone that was like kind of multiple commenting or direct messaging me, I just blocked them. Do you know what I mean? And I've seen loads of people saying different bits and bobs about their opinions, and I'm like, delighted. Like, bring it on.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? This is intelligent criticism of my gameplay. But if you're just going to make some misogynistic comment, then feck off and go do it somewhere else.
There's irony in that though, Katelyn, considering that my favourite line from the show is Manana Heron. That's my favourite line at the end when
So good.
when the 4 women are there and 3 winners. And
Yeah.
like I'm like, what a line.
Yeah, they really, really took the show. Like, and I'm so delighted because I know that there was some commentary around the Mean Girl stuff towards the end.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think that was the case. I think they were playing the game. It wouldn't have mattered if Joe was male or female. I think Mean Girls, again, it's a bit of a lazy commentary. Also,
It is. It's a lazy narrative.
It is a lazy narrative.
100%.
And please, people, they're women. They're not girls.
Yeah.
Right? We're not calling the men, boys. Well, maybe we are. I don't know. But just,
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys.
But I
exactly.
just thought that the irony in it, that like the misogynists out there looking at that, I can just see them like over dipping their digestive into the tea, and they're like, oh my God. Do you know, that line's after crippling me.
Someone
Do you know what I
commented
mean?
on the Her.ie one being like, feminist bullshit or something. And I was like, well, this is exactly the point. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's not a secret, and it's not up for debate that if misogyny still exists in the world today, it is a fact. Do you know what I mean? So,
And we're in 2025.
yeah, we are.
Do
We
you know
are.
what I mean?
So, and we're all best friends. All the men, all the women. We genuinely, I cannot stress that enough. Like,
Do you have a
see it
WhatsApp
from the
group?
picture. We do have a
Will
WhatsApp
you
group.
do a meet up as well?
Huh?
Will you do a big meet up, the whole lot of you?
Oh yeah, we went. We
Yeah.
actually we did go to Patrick's Noodle Bar. He owns a Thai restaurant in Westport.
In Westport, yeah.
So we
wow.
we had a secret closed doors kind of get together where we all met, and obviously we were all together on Tuesday, and people were just in such high spirits to all be together again. And we meet in little pockets then as well, like when we can. But sure, we're all over the country, so sometimes I'll be somewhere for work and I'll be like down in Cork. I'll text Christine and Andrew, "Are you around? We'll go for a bit of dinner."
That's brilliant.
So yeah, friends for life. We talk every day. Like
That's a bonus to get out of that, isn't it?
it's the best thing, I would say, for me. And I know I was asked today for a newspaper article. She was like, what was the best thing about the experience? And honestly, it was to get to meet so many incredible people that I honestly never would have interacted with. Like, I wasn't going to bump into these people. We don't run in the same packs. A lot of us don't have the same interests, but the casting team obviously seen something in all of us, and I think that is probably the thing that unites all of us, because we really do get on so well.
That's a credit to them that they can create relationships
It's
from
brilliant, yeah.
individuals.
Yeah, 100%. Shout out to Millie,
Yeah.
the casting director.
Another
She's amazing.
guest we could have one time. Millie, come on.
She's incredible. Like, honestly, to have gotten 24 people with such big characters, such big hearts, that were able to take the pressure,
Yeah.
that could come together, make brilliant telly.
Create moments.
Create series. Like, think that's when we on bloody reeling in the years, like some of those moments, do you know?
It will be, yeah.
Next year.
Probably. I think, like, we're already looking back and half the show is Traitors.
But if there was ever a presenter to match the castle for her tone of voice,
yeah, Pop.
for the way she dresses,
Yeah.
the way she delivers the little speech of, could you please stand up and explain yourself? Or just, you're happy enough to just write your name on the board?
Yeah.
Like, she's brilliant at it. So
She's a template from Irish
Oh,
Woman.
she's brilliant.
Yeah, she's
Everybody that
unbelievable.
watched it said she is fantastic.
Yeah. I didn't see single negative commentary about her, and
No.
rightfully so, because
Yeah.
she honestly exceeded all. Like, I knew she was going to be brilliant, but she exceeded all my expectations.
She
Yes.
even had doubts herself, if you listen to her.
Yeah, I've listened to her on a few media
Because
things.
she's like, I can't hold a secret. Like,
She will get bigger. Like, I'm not saying bigger, that's going to be a big show. I
Yeah.
think
She's the
that,
next-
that show will get bigger and bigger.
She has to win awards for that.
Oh, she will,
It's
yeah.
just so
ye
iconic.
have to win awards for that.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
I'm going to go back to Westport to Patrick's restaurant.
You're going to Podge?
What's your ramen order? Is it ramen?
So I would go for khao soi, which is like a northern Thai dish. I was in Thailand for 3 months in 2023, and it's kind of like ramen. It's got like your noodles. It's got usually chicken on the bone. It's like a spicy broth.
Oh, yeah.
Spicy, kind of tomatoey, creamy broth. Some onions, like things like that, and then it's got a crispy noodle on top. So it's got like ramen noodles in it, and then crispy noodles
I've
on
had
top.
that.
So bloody good.
I'm not
We went
surprised.
to a place in Vancouver during the summer. I love ramen. We went to a ramen place, and I got that with the crispy noodles on top.
So good.
So good.
It's unreal. I spent a good bit of time in northern Thailand, and I would just have it for breakfast, because it's very normal for them to have dinnery type foods for breakfast there, like some spicy chicken and rice. So yeah, I would have khao
Do you
soi.
ever have the egg? You can get a side. It's like a fermented egg, whatever do it. It comes
Yeah.
out. Oh man, taste sensation.
Yeah, it's so bloody good.
Taste sensation.
My favourite thing about doing these podcasts with Podge is he puts on a Barry White voice when food is mentioned.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I love Big Grub, man. I love Big Grub, I have to say.
I'm the same. I'm very motivated by food.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
Yeah, we're very similar.
That's okay. Yeah.
We are into the final stretch, Caitlin. We have quickfire questions.
Great.
Quickfire questions are brought to you by Sneaky Sessions, the Carlow legends making noise all over Europe, from events to DJing to producing bangers. They do it with serious vibes.
Absolutely.
Check them out on Instagram at Sneaky Sessions. Just ask for Ash and he won't let you down. Pop it. Go.
Let's go. Quick fire questions for Katelyn.
Oh God, I feel nervous already.
Yeah, don't be nervous. The lad said to me in the post office one time, don't panic, panic is for tires. And I said, I think that's pressure, bud. First one. If the show had a theme song for your strategy, what would it be?
Panic at the Disco.
Panic at the disco.
No, you go there, would you?
Yeah. I don't know. I put
thinking,
myself
like-
under pressure here. My strategy.
I'm thinking You Too Beautiful Day.
Oh God, no, I couldn't have you two. I absolutely hate Bono. I couldn't
ever hear
give
the
him the
joke?
satisfaction. Like,
Do you ever hear the joke? What's the difference between Bono and God? Do you ever hear that joke?
No.
God doesn't go around thinking he's Bono.
oh, hilarious.
Very good.
Do you know what? I really love the band Crangbin, and they do really like jazzy kind of guitar, beach bar type music. And I feel like I kind of was like chilling under the
Okay.
radar for a while. So maybe something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that would work well. So
Tom Cruise and
Crangbin,
cocktail
August
vibes.
10.
Yeah, okay.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Very good. Next one.
I'm not good at quickfire.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Don't worry about it.
What's the first thing you did after leaving the castle?
Oh my God, this is so funny. So we had our cars parked at the Pillow Hotel, and they give you your phone back and your keys to your car and stuff. And I was just like, I cannot drive back to Galway right now. Like I didn't know what to think. I had a million notifications. So I found the nearest spa hotel and I booked myself in for a night, booked the most expensive massage I have ever paid for. So the first thing I did was I drove to Dunnes Stores to get a bikini, and then I went to the hotel, got a really nice meal, bought myself a bottle of wine, had some cocktails, took a bath, and then the next day got a massage and went to the spa.
A little bit of you time.
And well deserved, right?
It was so well deserved, and I really enjoyed myself. Like I was there cackling away on my phone, like having a bottle of wine to myself. I'd say people thought I'd just been let loose for the day from Looney Bin.
Yeah.
But I
She's just
enjoyed
out.
myself.
Day release.
She's
Day
just been
release.
released,
Another
yeah.
victim, yeah. Biggest overreaction you saw on the show?
Ooh, it was probably one of my own. I think. Like I feel like I could have kept my cool a bit more at the round table.
How about the moment? I am not a traitor, guys. How about that moment?
When I burst into
Yeah,
tears
yeah,
with
yeah.
Nick, that was definitely an overreaction for sure. And like it worked because Nick was like, "Oh my God,
Okay, no, she's
fuck,
definitely not.
I can't deal with a woman crying. Like I'm so sorry." And Nick felt so bad. He was like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you upset." And I was like, "You didn't make me upset. I am upset because I know I made a mistake and I know it makes me look like a traitor, and I'm not." So I kept trying to reassure Nick that it was okay, and I think he was worried that he might get painted as a villain for making me cry, not realising I was a traitor. So yes, probably me bursting into tears when Nick started grilling me.
Brilliant.
Good. Biggest bluff you pulled in the show?
It's not on camera, but like Andrew the Devil was on my heels a lot. Like, do you know,
was he?
I think because Podge had brought up my name, and I think Andrew also suspected that Podge was a traitor. So I think he was kind of like, is he trying to give me a heads up here? So Andrew, God love him, he is so earnest and sincere. So he will come and talk to you and just say, look, you know, these are the reasons I think you're a traitor. And we were sitting in the library room one time, and like he was giving me absolute socks over it, like, and I was like like deflected it so well, and
Neo in the Matrix.
yeah, literally, and I was getting quite like upset, but not in an overreaction way, in kind of like a real earnest way. And then he looked me dead in the eyes and was like, "I actually 100% believe that you're faithful, because it would take a real psychopath to lie to my face in the way they did this." And I was like, yeah, okay.
You've just been hoodwinked.
And I couldn't believe it. Like I walked away and I was like,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well played.
Or even when he approached me in the hallway, which was aired, like when he was like, "Did you bring up my name?" Like in my mind, my face was vibrating, like there was so much blood rushing to it, and I did not. In that moment, I thought I was coming across like really suspicious, but when I watched it back, I was like, "Go girl, that was a slay."
That's the first time Slay has been used in this podcast, and the last. Might add.
If your strategy had a catchphrase, what would it be?
Curiosity killed the cat.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I really spent a lot of my time asking people questions about themselves because I was like, people love to talk about themselves, and I thought it would build trust. But I think maybe I overdid it, and I should have spoken more about myself at times. So, I don't know if it went to my favour for a little while and then kind of backfired, but yeah, curiosity killed the cat, probably.
Brilliant.
If you could replace one contestant with a celebrity, who would it be?
Do I have to pick the person I would replace?
No.
No, pick the celebrity.
Oh, pick the celebrity. Okay.
You can't pick the
Well,
person.
you can
You're
do
going to
both.
replace someone.
I'm going to take him or her out and put him or her
It's up
in.
to you. If you're not comfortable now, I get it as well.
Nah,
I
but
just
give
think,
us
like,
controversy.
The
Come
game,
on.
The game would be so, like, if you took any one of those characters out, like, the game would be totally different. Do you know what I mean? And, like, we wouldn't have gotten, like, everyone had an iconic moment on the show. So I'm not going to take anyone out. I just can't.
Right,
We're
so
going
put
to say
someone in to spice it up.
we have 25 players. I'm trying to think what I want someone that would cause, like, serious drama, like someone like Gemma Collins. Selfishly, I would love CMAT. CMAT, if you ever hear this, I'm your biggest fan in the whole world.
Brilliant, though, right?
Oh my God, she's Ireland's country
after
pop
blown
princess.
up so much.
I know, and I've loved her for years, and I'm just so delighted she's getting the recognition that
I've
she
even
deserves.
done her dance like at home. I mean,
What is it?
Butcher Baker.
The butcher.
Like, you know, and I don't do TikToks. Right?
Yeah,
Like that,
I love it.
was
Such a
something that
brilliant
Alan
song.
Yeah. Do the
I saw her at
Do the
All
bit.
Together now, and I was genuinely crying. Like, I was like, I love this woman
Brilliant.
so much.
Yes,
She's
very
just doing
good.
so much for women all over the country.
Yeah.
Like, do you know? So selfishly, to meet her, maybe her. But if I wanted to go with someone like really dramatic, I mean, Gemma Collins just does iconic reality television. Like, and she's just so funny.
she's new wave reality TV, isn't she? Like, for the
Yeah.
last 20 years.
She's so good. Like,
Remember she slipped in the skates? She just made a funny thing up. Remember
She
that?
fell through the stage. Remember, she fell in a hole in the stage.
Funny,
Like,
so funny. She is like has to be one of the most sound bited person on TikTok from
Yeah,
her lines.
100%.
Like so funny.
Can I answer that question, Bob? That one you just asked.
What?
Keith Barry.
Keith Barry.
Imagine dropping Keith Barry in there.
Yeah.
Like, do you know, €2. Here you are.
But sure, there was
Just
a magician in season 1 of BBC and he was shite.
Yeah, but you know what the problem with that one was, right, Caitlin? He was going out with a girl in it.
Yeah,
And he was so obsessed with that did the magician thing just
fell off his head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But imagine Keith Barry in there's
I
really
put
just like
Tommy Tiernan to be the one for me. I put in.
Yeah,
He
he'd
wouldn't
be
last.
hilarious. He
No,
wouldn't
he'd be
last,
brilliant.
no.
he'd be brilliant.
I'm looking forward to the Celebrity UK one though.
So
There's some
am I.
really good
yes.
characters in there.
Yeah.
Nico, I'm going to give Nico, I can't pronounce his surname, but he's a YouTuber and
Yeah.
he plays loads of these kind of games on YouTube and he is the manipulation king.
Okay.
I can see him.
Well,
can
do you
see
know,
him
I
well.
think Ruth Codd is going to be so funny. She's Irish and
Oh, yeah.
I've been following her since kind of COVID. She was big on TikTok and then she kind of got a big break and like some
Yeah.
Netflix series and stuff. But she's got such a dry humour that
Yeah.
I just think, because most of the people in there are from the UK, I just think they're going to be like, what in the Irish hell is this? Like,
Yeah.
you couldn't
What
have
the Kate
someone...
Fall just happening here?
Claudia Winkleman is the presenter there, isn't she?
Yeah.
Your man is in it,
Yeah.
Joe Wilkinson.
I love Joe Wilkinson.
Oh,
He's going to be
love
so funny.
him.
Papa, yeah.
I think he's going to be gotten rid of very early though, to be honest. Or he'll win it outright.
Yeah. Joe
Like,
Wilkinson is
He is
He's
absolutely
such a
hilarious.
ticket.
Laugh out loud,
Yeah.
UK one, Joe Wilkinson.
He
for
was
me
so good at it. Like,
Yeah.
I thought he'd last much longer at that as well.
Yeah.
But he was out pretty early. But yeah, he's iconic. Very good.
Very
I think
good.
that's going to be incredible.
Starting soon, right?
It's
Really soon.
7th or 8th of October or something
Yeah,
like that.
really soon. So we can get back on the Traitors train
Yeah.
fairly
Yeah,
lively.
we'll bring it back on for a review of that, right?
Yeah. Couple more for you. Ever pretended to be shocked, but you're secretly delighted?
Yeah, out of like empathy sometimes. Like, I'm a very honest person. I really am. Like, if you asked any of my friends to describe me, the first word they say is honest. But sometimes you do have to be empathetic towards something, but still be like, oh, thank God. You know?
Yeah.
No, I'm very honest. If someone needed to hear something, I would tell them about it. But if it's not necessary for them to survive and thrive, then if it's going to be easier for them to be empathetic, then I will. But
Got
yeah,
it.
I would say, yeah, I've definitely done that.
Super. Last one. What challenge would you introduce for next season?
Ooh, what challenge? I think definitely a physical one. Do you know what one I thought was hilarious on the BBC one last year? And it looked like they were carrying around dicks. They were like totem heads and bottoms, and they actually, I listened to someone talk about the production of it. They didn't realise that they looked like that when they were
How
carrying
phallic
them.
shaped these were when we were carrying them around the
These
place.
just giant
And do the butcher,
penises.
do the big, with a big dick in your hand.
There's something, I think anything that's kind of physical. I loved the last challenge, but like I would have liked to have seen them swinging out of helicopters. So
I thought they had been dropped in.
yeah, and
you know.
again, maybe it was like health and safety or something, but I think hopefully the budget might be a little bit bigger
Yeah.
for the
I
next
think so,
series.
yeah.
And I think something a bit more thrilling for the last challenge, like bungee jumping out of the helicopter or something like that would be,
Yeah.
that's what the Irish people want.
I'd bring in a scaffolding challenge around one of them towers. Like it's physical. Like you have to scaffold this up to 20 foot in under 20 minutes or half an hour, or you're not going to win 10 grand. I think a scaffolding
And take it down like a game of Jenga then.
Yeah. Some more Irish language as well. Like the Irish language challenge was so
The
iconic.
Aum and that, oh, brilliant.
Yeah, but like
Brilliant.
Jesus Christ, it really showed me how terrible I am at Irish. I thought Ulcoan was.
Your side of the world as well, right?
Ulster.
You're Salt Hill.
Yeah, so I'm actually from North Galway, but I lived in Salt Hill for many years. I'm from near Hetford.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, we do have the Gaeltacht only over the road.
Yeah.
And I did go to the Gaeltacht when I was a teenager for 2 or 3 years. So
Course you did.
I should be better at Irish than I actually am.
All right. Cool. Well, that's the quick fire questions from me, Podge.
Thanks, Pop. Lads, quick show. Our website is up and running. I've said this for the last 10 or 15 weeks now. You'll get all the previous episodes, all the catalogue. We have a newsletter on the way. We're going to have our version of the Super 6 on it as well as some stage. You'll find us at www.howwashe.ie. Make sure and go take a look. Give us a bit of feedback. Even if you don't like it, give us a bit of feedback. All welcome. But no misogyny, right?
Manana Heron.
Yeah, Manana Heron. Right, here we are. The Casey Lord Diva herself is going to enter the room in a few moments. I could be wrong, but I hope she's going to enter. And we have, I knew she's coming. We have Shannon's
Should be a song
curveball.
when she comes into the building.
Should be a song.
Should be some kind of song.
Why can't we
theme
be
tune.
friends?
What would your theme tune be if you had one coming in?
Like Rocky or something, like
Yeah.
you know, that
Yeah.
team tune.
Podge, you're getting that.
Survivor, are you the tiger?
I'm a tiger, yeah.
Can I do a sponsor note, please? Every
Go
time
on,
you come
sorry,
in, it's just like a
continue.
hurricane. I'm only joking. Shannon's curveball is kind sponsored.
He call you a diva, Shannon?
Brew.ie, your go-to place. Papa, you're my partner, bud.
Sorry, bud.
Your go-to place for
Pal.
website design, marketing, and content creation. Craig is based in Carlow. Too, he's the safest hands in Carlow. I say it every single week. A fantastic goalkeeper and an even better guy to look after your website, right? Check them out. Brew.ie. That's BREWWW.ie. Go check them out. Let's roll the dice. Shannon, what do you have?
What do I have? I want to talk to Caitlin first. You got to talk to Caitlin
Oh,
for
yeah, go
ages. I'm like, hey. Do you ever watch Criminal Minds with the BAU?
Yes.
I feel like you could be in the BAU.
Yeah, the behavioural
Analysis
analysis
unit,
unit. Yeah, I actually really wanted to do that for years when I was in college.
I
I
can
was
see
like,
that.
I'd love to go into criminal
So sure, Podge,
investigation.
didn't know
but
that?
Oh, that's worth it.
I
Have you ever watched it?
Just ignore us there.
I've never watched it.
No, I watched
I'm
the
very
couple of
interested in
episodes.
BAU as business as usual. Is this you know, so
No,
I'm
they're like
business as usual analyst. What's that?
They analyse like behaviours and characters. So they find out like who the criminal is by their character.
Oh, me, you and
psychology,
Papa.
like profile them.
Yeah, profile.
Shannon.
Yeah.
Papa and myself.
Go on, Caitlin. Now.
Who's the criminal?
Ooh, you, I'd say. Yeah.
Do you know what you do? That you'd admit it. You feel guilty afterwards.
Yeah.
And you just
I'm the lead actor. We're going to run that one again. Am I joking?
Tax fraud, probably.
You're like the big lad in the jail. And
Man, you were extremely quick to answer that. Is that you are? Oh, we've eaten you.
you have the question done. She's like, I already thought about this. Right, okay, your actual question. Well, speaking of TV and movies, right?
Yeah.
If you had to be or had to live in a fictional world in any TV or movie like place for a year, Okay, so you're being plucked out of this now and you're being put into that fictional world.
Like the Google man.
Yeah. Picking you up, putting you down. Where are you
Big
going?
crane.
Strong one.
Where are you going? You can turn this. You have a think.
Wow, it's a great question, Shannon. That is a fabulous question.
Very good.
So I can pop myself into any other reality here.
Yes.
So
But you have to live there for a year.
and it had to be me, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'd go back. I'd go back like
What
Gandhi.
show?
Go back to Gandhi. Do you know the film Gandhi?
Never watched it, no.
Do you ever hear the character? Do you ever hear the man?
I know who
Mahatma
Gandhi is, yes.
You do?
Yes, he's a
you're
politician.
okay with that? Yeah. He makes burgers. I'd probably go way back. Yeah, I'd love to be dropped into that time. I'm safe. Like I'm not going to die, Iran. Am I? I'm okay.
I
like.
don't know. Depends on you.
I don't know. That's probably a poor answer, but I'd have to go back the way if that makes
Okay,
sense.
right. You're going to like Bridgerton. Old times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good time
Yeah.
to be a man, in fairness.
The wind, do you know? Yeah. When the Shakes the Barley, that film.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's grim. You'd want to
Yeah.
be around back then for a year.
I love to see it. Yeah.
You
You
want
know,
to
it's a
the
pretty
Waltons.
dark time in our history. I don't know
Yeah,
if you'd
I'd
want
love-
to be.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be. I'm looking in at it, right?
I think you're living
in
there.
it. You're living in it for a
invisible,
year.
man. Do you know what I mean?
You're not like
It's
Mr.
not
Invisible.
Morty's mind blower. It's
Falling in a ditch with a camouflage jacket on you.
Oh no. Well then. Yeah.
He's the cameraman. You're not the
see
cameraman.
me.
You're living in it.
I'm not really here.
Yeah. I didn't get the question. No, I wouldn't live in that time. Definitely wouldn't. Come back to me.
Okay, I'll come back. Pop, have you an idea? Do you want to know? Do you want me to go so you can have some time to think about
No,
it?
I'd like to be
Oh, he knows.
next of kin to Muhammad Ali
Oh wow.
Oh.
very cool.
and his fight against not going to the army and what his beliefs and all that was.
Oh.
Travelling the world and being an absolute iconic figure, and how he ended up, unfortunately, the biggest mouth ever in sport that backed it up, couldn't speak in the end.
Oh.
I think
Pop
he's.
it down.
That was an answer and a half, wasn't it?
Yes. That's everything.
I think he's.
Yeah.
I think he's the most phenomenal human being that ever lived.
After Podge.
Thanks, Shan.
No, he's a murderer now.
Tax
No, I
evasion.
think he's. I think
I think
he's.
it was. I think it was criminal, Papa. I don't think he went to murder.
No. We know we're tone of voice.
If you get on season 2 of The Traitors, you might be a murderer.
Yeah, I
yet.
think that's me, Shannon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was
Deadly.
brilliant human, and just his whole
Yeah.
persona he gave off in life.
His whole story, like.
He's always
Yeah.
an unbelievable human being,
Deadly.
but refused. No, I'm not going over there.
Yeah.
My fight is here, not over there. Brilliant.
So he changed his name then, right?
Yeah, Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. Yeah,
Jeez.
that'd be me. Yeah,
You're just standing there, pop beside him.
just yeah.
Fit right in.
Stand back,
Dancing.
Muhammad. I take this one.
Shaking his hips.
Fine, I'll take over.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think he's a brilliant human being, a very interesting character, and I watched the film a lot of times and documentaries on him.
Cool.
And, seen him. I didn't see him, but to see him on the television at the Special Olympics, I think it was in Ireland. He was like the main ambassador for it.
Great.
That I'm shaking obviously at the time. He was like nothing fazed him.
Yeah.
Like he was getting really, really rattled with it. But even that he couldn't speak, he was still the main attraction. Like,
Yeah.
was it his sayings was like? Remember, he said like the famous one is he sat down in the what's the presenter's name, Podge?
In England.
The American guy. He begged him to come back on to fight Joe Frazier. He wanted to fight Joe Frazier, and he made up a poem about him. Ali starts to retreat and ends up in the ring tight seat. Oh, I'll record. I'll actually do it if you hear someday, word
Okay.
for word,
okay.
on this show.
You go learn your lines.
Yeah,
and
I learn my
come
lines,
back.
yeah. I know a bit of it, but not 100%.
Perfect.
It's brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's a brilliant human being. And that'd be me.
There's an answer
Go back
and a
and
half
it'd be
for you.
just
Cool.
grew up with him from these boxing days to his last days on the earth.
Oh, wow.
Katelyn, where are you going?
You'll have to do a TikTok lip sync to it.
Yeah.
Good content.
Dance.
Mine is very led by the fact I feel like I need a holiday right now because so you can hear my voice is going.
Yeah.
I've just been like go. I think I would go White Lotus season 3 and just like chill out in the 4 seasons in Thailand for a year. Yeah,
Nice place to be, yeah.
yeah. They're like no phone policy, wellness, massage, all that kind of stuff. I would just be like a year there.
Yeah.
100%.
You'd be
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
refreshed after that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, as long as I wasn't the person that got murdered at the beginning of the series, then I'd be fine.
You're grand. Not bothered.
Are you a traveller in general? You like travel?
I love travelling, yeah. I do a lot of solo travel. I love to just pack my bag and go off by myself.
Where's your favourite destination outside Thailand?
Anywhere in Southeast Asia I've been, I've loved. And I walked the Camino this year.
Oh, brilliant.
I was raising funds for Gaza and
Good day to
I
you.
did 280 kilometres in 9 days. So I loved that in Spain and Portugal. So that was probably the highlight after the Traitors this year. But yeah, I've been to a couple of places in Europe alone, been to a few places in Southeast Asia with friends and alone. And yeah, just anywhere I go, I'm just happy. I talk to the wall, like, so
Yeah, I love a travel.
I'm happy enough to just fill up the backpack and go with what is on my back.
That's unreal. No,
I love it. I wasn't always like that. I was only in my late 20s that I did.
So only recently then?
Yeah. I'm 32 now, so I think I did my first solo trip 29,
Okay.
maybe. No, maybe 28. But I would have been someone that would always want to be around people. Do you know what I mean? And I just got a whack of confidence in my late 20s and was like, fuck it, I don't need anyone to come travelling with me. I can go alone. So
110%.
I get lonely in the van to me.
So do I.
wouldn't be able to do that.
I start talking to the walls and look for them to.
No, I love my own company. I
Do you?
adore my own
I drive
company.
myself mad.
oh no, I love it.
I love it.
I'm a real ambivert. Like, I love being around people, but I'm also quite content to be alone. Yeah.
Really? Oh no,
Yeah.
not me.
Shannon, where are you going?
Okay, so
Albufeira.
no, yeah, that's where I'm going.
The weather's better.
Yeah, if only if better is better. If you're Owen, I'd stop listening now. That's all I'm going to say.
Magic Mike.
Yeah. So Channing Tatum, his house. 50 Shades of... No, I'm joking. The Vampire Diaries.
Oh yeah.
Just in that old house. Yeah, that's all I need.
Not
Different-
Twilight, not a bit of Patterson, no.
No. Vampire Diaries. The two brothers.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I
take you
changed
with
my
me.
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Shannon.
Yeah. I don't even know where that is. I just know it's an old house. Two beautiful men.
Is it in like the southern states of America, or is it just she has an accent that's southern?
I haven't a
Who
notion.
cares?
I've
There's
never
hot vampires.
I don't even know it's anything else. I just
What
know
is
it's
it?
The vampire. It's like two gorgeous men who are vampires and they're fighting over
Is that
this
the
one
same
girl.
as the film back in the day with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt?
No, that's the
Vampire Diaries.
That's Interview with a Vampire.
Interview with the Vampire,
Vampire.
yeah,
Oh.
with Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was Thurston was young, right?
She's like 13, I think.
She's very young.
Yeah.
Still whining and whining.
Oh,
I've had to listen to this
This is an audition.
for centuries. Yeah, that was a good film.
Yeah, it was a good film.
What's his name?
Tom Cruise.
No, Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The man, the Interview. What was his?
Was Edward Norton in it?
Edward Norton at the interview.
No, he didn't. No, it wasn't.
Wow.
Maybe he wasn't.
No, nah.
No,
There's someone else similar though, isn't there? Anyway.
It is Norton, is it not?
it's not Norton. They can.
Oh, it's Ethan Hawke.
It's
Oh
not Ethan
yeah.
Hawke.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh?
It's not Ethan Hawke.
Can I ask a
I'll
quick
go with
question,
that.
given
Yeah,
that we have
of course,
Caitlin here to go
course.
with it? You two, if you were on the Traitors,
Yeah.
what would you like to be? Traitor or faithful?
I actually don't know. I'm that much of a deep thinker. I need to think about it a lot
Yeah,
before
yeah.
I actually decide what I want to be. If I was going there now, I want to be a faithful.
Okay.
If I was going there now, like as
Right.
in we're getting the car, we're
Christian
going.
Yeah.
Christian
Faithful.
Slater, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have wrecked your head.
Yeah, sorry,
Right,
missed
a
that question.
faithful or weren't even listening to me. Faithful or a traitor? If you're going in now, what do you want to be?
Oh, sure.
Really?
Yeah. Just love twisting it like.
Papa,
No, you'd be too
you'd be
popular.
yeah.
You'd be
have
too
too much of a
popular
devil
in
in
there.
head on you.
You wouldn't be a good traitor.
No.
No,
I think you'd be a brilliant trader.
you'd be too popular.
That's good. If you're a trader and you're
Yeah.
popular, that goes in your favour. Like,
Oh, you
so
have-
look at
you-
Podge.
you
I
have to
think
say
that's
when
what
you
got
coach,
him so far.
You have to know
like.
who to slap and who needs a hug.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, that's part of being a traitor.
Are you a fucking hugger though?
I know I'm fucking
Fucking
not.
hug. I couldn't lie straight in the bed, so I couldn't be.
No, I'd have no problem with deceit or lying or anything like that. Do you know, I was born in a house and stuff.
Course.
I know how things roll, right? But yeah, I just
House.
yeah, I know how things roll, right? You're
kind
bush,
of
it's the
fucking
truth,
answer is
like.
that?
Just lads on your street, one pick chunk them off the ground and eats it. The other one's robbing an orchard, and there's one lad probably throwing something through a letterbox. So you just know people, right? I don't know where I was going there. Yeah.
We used to love gluing €2
So you were in the
to
estate
the
as
ground,
well.
and you're sitting in
Yeah.
a pub, or you'd
Lots
have
of people try to
outside
pick it up.
Scraggs, or you'd have
Yeah.
a wallet with a bit of fishing twine in it, you wouldn't see it. Oh, and lad, there's a one, you go to grab it and you go, "Hey!"
Maybe you would make a good trayer, actually.
Yeah.
See, if I found a wallet, like I would pick it up to hand it in. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
would
Like,
you?
Not
yeah,
in it,
I
there's only a bit of
wouldn't.
Oh,
crack.
yeah, so would I.
I'm very straight laced considering I was a
Remember that
trader
part?
Yeah.
and was murdering people. Even like we had so many events coming up, and the girls were like, just text someone and ask them for a address. And I was like, oh, I couldn't. And they were like, Katelyn.
There's not too many
I
good,
ju-
good endings to stories like that where people find a wallet with cash in it. It's like, oh, found
Oh,
a
I
wallet,
would
there's no
hand it
cash.
in.
Then you're on holidays.
It's bad karma. Like,
It is bad.
it's
bad
bad
karma.
karma.
It is bad karma.
I
It'll
believe in
always
that.
come,
I believe
come
in
out
that,
of you.
Sharon.
I
Like
believe
the
in that as
world
well.
balances
Yeah.
itself. So like if you steal the money off someone else, it's going to come
It's
out
going
of
to
your
go back and
account.
get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, 110%.
No deed is unturned
Deeded.
or something.
A good dig
Along
wasn't
them
put
lines.
it.
No good deed goes undeeded.
I always got my idioms
Did
mixed
he do
up.
it? What?
Yeah. That was Shannon's
Did he-
curveball.
did he-
Shannon, one stand-up observation I do want to make on your curveball. You get a lot more airtime every week. Fair play to you. Do you know what I mean? Your questions are getting a lot more insightful.
We're getting better.
This is again,
I am a
this
radio
is the
presenter.
second time we want to have this segment, and it's based on how you rate Shannon's curveball.
Oh, sorry, Podge, yeah.
He's
You're at a
bringing
9.
us back.
You're at a 9.
Oh, a 9?
Yeah, that's a 9.
Because
Last
I'm
couple of
going on
weeks.
holidays and you miss me.
The last couple of weeks have been excellent. You're gone to a 9.
Thank you, Podge.
No, that can go back for you.
Yeah.
You better watch your backs, lads. I'd
Yeah,
say
I
she's
know.
Will
coming
she
for
ever
it.
get to a 10, Podge?
She might get to a 10, yeah. She might get to a 10.
He'll never give me a 10.
He'll never give you
No,
a
it's
10.
like Dancing with the Stars.
Would you? Should you give 10s? Should you give 10s though?
I don't agree with giving 10s unless,
Yeah.
like, sorry, I would give Siobhan McSweeney and the Traitors a 10.
10, yeah.
But, like, that really, she exceeded expectations. For me, a 10 is, like, above and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not to say that Shannon doesn't deserve it.
Anyway, I think to rate someone in a figure of a 10 is ridiculous. You should be rating them as like an exceptional or like a consistent or a strong.
That's very corporate now for me.
I know, I work in the corporate world. you
Yeah,
know.
I'm scared. Why?
Here
To
comes
be
the
honest.
fucking Barry White voice.
A PTSD.
Would you do that 1 out of 10 then? Would you give something?
It depends. Like if I'm rating books, I do 5 stars. If I'm doing, it depends what kind of mood I'm in. Sometimes I'll be like 10 out of 10. Sometimes if it's a book, I'll always go out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
And then if it's someone's performance review from the corporate world, I would say exceeds expectations. Below expectations.
Thanks so much, Shannon. And best of luck. Enjoy your holiday, right?
Thanks.
All right. That
Watch out,
episode
Ampifi.
was sponsored by Carlow Estimating for all your construction, tendering, estimating. Check them out at carlowestimating.ie and all their social channels. Katelyn, thanks for coming on. We genuinely appreciate it. And I really hope off the back of your appearance on the Traitors brings you nothing but giant success.
Thank you. I hope so too. My DMs are open for opportunities, everyone.
Yeah. Contact us first. Because we are now the agents of Katelyn. And we will. I'm only
She doesn't
joking.
know that, but we
My
are.
PPR.
Yeah. Poppity Vatten.
No, look, well done on the show, and I hope the sky's the limit for you. I hope you get all the publicity you deserve, and best luck if you go travelling as well.
Thank you so
Where
much.
can we find you? What out there?
So
Southeast Asia, I'd say, somewhere around
Thailand.
In a ramen bar in Southeast
In a
Asia?
ramen bar.
one of them big canoes, and big umbrella about a cocktail.
Straw hats.
I have Instagram and TikTok. It's the same handle. It's my full name, KatelynDivily.
That's not the first time you said that.
Yeah, well, it's the first time I've spelled it out because it's quite
You
long.
ain't got no alibi. This person came to my mind.
I'll have to do like a little
mind.
cheer for it.
Yeah.
And if you're in the professional world, I'm on LinkedIn, Katelyn Divilly.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Well, I genuinely, I said Ditzy outside. We looked at the show. I never seen it before. We binged the English one and the Australian one, American one before the Irish one started, and you were the standout straight away.
Thank
I
you.
remember Nicola saying, "Who would you bring on if you?" I said, "This is like week 2." I said, "Her." What's her name? I think it's Katelyn. And then we came across you, and you've been absolutely fantastic for us. And we
yeah.
genuinely appreciate you coming on. Thanks
thank
so,
Such a
so
great
much.
speaker. by
Thank
the way.
you. Thanks
Very,
very
very good
much.
speaker, yeah.
Didn't like the fact that you think of a murderer or a criminal, but anyway.
Well,
She's just a tax fraud. That's
she said
all.
she's honest, Podge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what the ironic thing is? Right, I actually work in fraud.
It was.
Maybe that's the vibes I was picking up then.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah, I
You're
actually
giving
work
off
with fraud.
tax fraud vibes because you're taxing the tax fraud criminals. So. It's the intuition. It was telling me something, you know?
Yeah, drop the shovel and let's do a call to action.
Katelyn was using her whole brain for this one.
Yeah. Lads, thanks so much for tuning in. That's it for this episode of the How Was He Podcast. If you like it, why not like, follow and share the podcast. We're on all podcasting and social media platforms. If you didn't like it, hit follow anyway, because maybe next week might be a bit better. Share it with your friends. Leave us a review or just shout how is he out your window. Either way, we really appreciate the support. As always, it's not my podcast.
Not my podcast.
We are now officially Carlow's #1 podcast.
Ooh.
We're not, just made that up. But thanks for saying that.
You said it so confidently.
Yeah. You see, that's why I'd be a good trader. Good luck and God bless till next week. Adios.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's full time on this week's episode of the How Is He podcast, available on all podcasting platforms. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter/X. Proudly sponsored by Ampifi. Got a story to tell? A voice that needs to be heard? Get in touch with us here in Ampifi, Carlow Town's professional home for podcasters of all kinds. We can be found on Instagram at Ampifi Podcast Studio. Ampifi, power up your podcast.